Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we're diving into something truly special. Guus has received a new talisman, the Talisman of the Grand Yolk, and we're going to see how it compares to his original one, what it changes in his performance, and whether it truly makes him stronger in battle. But before we begin, I have great news for all of you. We're launching a brand new Olympus Alliance giveaway to celebrate this update. 5 lucky winners will each receive 5,000 Metacubes and the same amount of Hydra coins to help boost your power and progress in Hero Wars Alliance. To enter, it's simple. Like this video, make sure you're subscribed to Olympus Alliance, and leave a comment below with your in-game ID. In 5 days, we'll announce the winners right here on the channel. So stay tuned, Guardians, and don't miss your chance to win. Now let's begin the breakdown and see what Guus's new Talisman of the Grand Yolk truly brings to the battlefield. Let's begin with Guus's original Talisman of Feathers. This one represents his supportive nature and his connection to the flow of critical energy across his team. It grants him 2,000 strength and 3 impressive rolls of critical chance, 1900, 2200, and 1000, for a total of more than 5,000 points. At first glance, that much critical chance might seem strange on a healer, but here's where Guus's true value shines. His kit is designed to boost the entire team's performance, especially physical attackers who rely on critical hits. Heroes like Kayla, Yasmin. The higher Guus's own critical chance, the stronger the critical aura he shares with the team, and the faster your front line recovers through his healing. The Talisman of Feathers amplifies both his healing output and his support synergy, making him an essential engine in any physical team. But now, with the arrival of the Talisman of the Grand Yolk, everything changes. Instead of strength, Guus gains a massive 12,000 armor, and that's huge for a hero, who stays alive mainly to sustain others. Survivability is everything for a healer, and this talisman delivers exactly that. On top of it, the 3 slots shift from critical chance to physical attack, giving him rolls of 4,400, 3,800, and 2,000. This doesn't make Guus a damage dealer, but it does strengthen the scaling of his healing and his energy generation. The more physical attack he has, the more potent his support effects become, especially when he activates his healing waves and buffs. The Talisman of the Grand Yolk turns him from a fragile enabler into a resilient pillar, able to stay alive under pressure and keep his entire team healthy for much longer. Comparing the two, the Talisman of Feathers is all about amplifying Guus's synergy with physical carries, pushing critical chance and team momentum to the limit. It's perfect when you want explosive offense and quick takedowns. The Talisman of the Grand Yolk, on the other hand, focuses on durability and sustained fights, allowing Guus to outlast area damage teams and keep healing through prolonged battles. So, the choice really depends on your playstyle. If you love fast, high-risk, high-reward gameplay with creep-based teams, the Feathers still holds strong. But if you prefer consistency, endurance, and stability in long encounters like the Hydra, then the Grand Yolk is without a doubt the superior pick. And that's where things get really interesting. Even though the Grand Yolk removes all that bonus critical chance, Guus actually becomes stronger overall. His healing and team buffs don't rely directly on landing critical hits, they scale with his physical attack. So by losing crit and gaining that massive boost in physical attack, he doesn't just survive longer. He regenerates health faster and amplifies his critical boosting abilities even further. This is one of those cases where a stat change looks like a nerf at first, but turns into a hidden upgrade once you understand how the hero's mechanics truly work. With the Grand Yolk equipped, every one of Guus's abilities gains extra power, his healing waves pulse for higher values, his energy restoration happens faster, and his critical chance aura becomes more effective because it's scaling from his improved base stats. So, Guardians, To really see how deep this change goes, we need to look at Guus's abilities side by side, how they perform with the original Talisman of Feathers and how they evolve with the new Talisman of the Grand Yolk. First ability, Under the Wing. With the Talisman of Feathers, Guus's Under the Wing shows 81,866 total health regeneration and a critical chance increase of 3,809. After equipping the Talisman of the Grand Yolk, those numbers climb to 96,566 health regeneration and 4,299 critical chance. That's a jump of nearly 15,000 points in healing power and close to 500 more critical chance for the team, all without a single point of crit on the new talisman itself. The reason is simple: both effects scale directly from Guus's physical attack, and the Grand Yolk adds more than 10,000 extra points in that stat. So even though Guus loses his critical chance bonuses from the feathers, he ends up with stronger healing and a more powerful critical boost aura. His regeneration waves reach deeper, his golden feather effect lasts longer, and the overall sustain of the formation rises dramatically. This confirms that for Guus, physical attack is the true key stat, not critical chance, and the Talisman of the Grand Yolk amplifies every one of his abilities through that scaling. Second ability, Feather Squad. With the Talisman of Feathers, Guus's Feather Squad reaches 17,453 health regeneration, scaling at 30% of physical attack plus 1800. After equipping the Talisman of the Grand Yolk, that number rises to 20,393, keeping the same scaling formula but powered by his higher physical attack. That's an increase of nearly 3,000 points in base regeneration, showing a direct and undeniable correlation between Guus's physical attack and his healing output. The skill itself hasn't changed, what changes is the raw stat feeding into it. More physical attack equals stronger healing per second for every ally under his protection. This once again proves that even without critical chance bonuses, Guus benefits more from a physical attack-oriented setup. The Grand Yolk doesn't just make him tougher, it enhances the efficiency of every healing pulse his team receives during combat. Third ability, Beak Peak. With the Talisman of Feathers, Beak Peak shows 147,564 health regeneration and 6,418 extra regeneration per remaining second. With the Talisman of the Grand Yolk, those numbers shift to 135,564 health regeneration and 7,398 extra regeneration per remaining second. The base healing drops by about 12,000 because the new talisman removes 2,000 strength, slightly lowering Guus's total health. However, the regeneration that scales with physical attack rises by nearly 1,000 points, proving that the new talisman strengthens his sustained healing over time, even if the initial burst is smaller. Fourth ability, Honkageddon. With the Talisman of Feathers, Honkageddon grants 47,742 health regeneration to nearby allies after each of Guus's critical hits, and increases their critical hit damage by the same 47,742, both scaling at 80% of Guus's physical attack plus 6,000. Allied honor heroes also receive an extra 10% critical damage bonus. When we equip the Talisman of the Grand Yolk, both those values rise sharply to 55,582, keeping the same scaling formula but now powered by his higher physical attack. The bonus for honor heroes remains the same at 10%, but the overall increase in numbers shows a clear gain in support strength. That's an improvement of nearly 8,000 points in both the healing pulse and the critical damage buff for the entire team. It's a direct reflection of how well this ability scales with physical attack, and how the Grand Yolk amplifies Guus's healing and critical support at the same time. So while the Feathers Talisman already made Guus an excellent ally buffer, the Grand Yolk takes his team healing and critical damage amplification to a completely new level. His critical hits now restore more health to his allies and give them an even stronger damage boost, making this one of the biggest upgrades in his entire kit. Between both talismans, it's clear that Guus stands out as one of the rare heroes in Hero Wars Alliance, blessed with two outstanding builds, the Feathers for synergy with physical creep teams, and the Grand Yolk for superior sustained power and team amplification. Whichever one you use, Guus remains a cornerstone of any formation built on precision, rhythm, and recovery. His ability to turn critical hits into team-wide healing and momentum makes him not just a healer, but a true tactical engine that keeps your formation alive and dangerous from start to finish. And remember, Guardians, this comparison is more than just numbers, it's about understanding how every stat translates into real battlefield performance. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.